The way I do my work is pretty straightforward. I pick something that seems worth investigating, I run it with real assets over an extended period, and I take note of everything that happens. No shortcuts, no simulated environments. And the area I've been putting the most hours into lately is loan structure, borrowing against crypto positions without unwinding them. I've had one specific platform embedded in my workflow, and now I want to show you what this lending model is, why it gives you a form of liquidity that exchanges are structurally incapable of providing, and, toward the end, what my current screening process looks like before I put anything real into a new platform. Alright, so what you're seeing right now is the loan setup calculator, and this is the entire configuration environment. First step, I choose the Collateral token, and straight away the asset coverage on this platform reflects genuine prioritization, the list of assets with the deepest market liquidity and the most established price history in the space, and that allows me to work directly with what I already hold. No preliminary conversions, no extra friction before I can actually do anything. And depending on what the market is doing at a given moment, that breadth of supported assets gives me real room to make considered decisions rather than forced ones. All right, next I enter the amount I want to put as collateral. Then I select the asset I want to receive as the loan. I choose USDT here. Then I define the duration I need this contract to be active. And then I configure LTV. I want to actually spend some time on because it's the one that has the most direct bearing on whether this whole thing works out or doesn't. It's the ratio between what I'm borrowing and the value of the collateral that's backing it. And the mechanics of what happens when that ratio gets stressed are important to understand. If the market moves against my collateral and the value drops far enough to push that ratio past its ceiling, the platform closes the position to recover the loan. So when I'm choosing this number, I'm thinking about what kind of buffer I need between where I'm operating and where that automatic close gets triggered, how has this asset moved recently, and what's a realistic adverse scenario given current market structure. Being conservative here costs very little. Being aggressive here in the wrong market conditions costs the entire position.
Okay, I want to go through the setup one final time before I proceed. All of that is correct. I press proceed. So first thing I do here, without exception, is copy and save my contract ID. That's the specific identifier tied to this loan, and it's how I access it at any point going forward. And right now, the platform is waiting on the collateral transaction from my side to actually fund the contract. There's an automated route through Wallet Connect, but I'm going manual. I want everything on screen. Okay, transaction's sitting on the network, and the platform will register it once it clears. Loan approved. So this is the contract summary screen, full breakdown of every term, every rate, and every figure that applies to this loan from here on out. So next, I add my receiving address, the wallet where the USDT is going to be sent. Okay, confirmed. Now I wait for the tokens to come through.
All right, tokens have landed. Platform completed its side of the contract without issue. So this screen I'm on right now is something I want to make sure is clear because it's a core part of how this system is actually used. This is the loan management dashboard. I access it using that ID from a moment ago. That's the only entry point back into this specific contract. And this is where everything that happens with this position from here gets handled. Monitoring it, working with it as the market moves, making any decisions that the situation calls for. So I want to be direct about something here because I think it's the context that makes the final section of this video actually meaningful. The reason I approach platform evaluation the way I do now is because I have a concrete personal history of getting it wrong. And I don't mean I fell for something obvious. Fake websites I encountered over the years were, in a few cases, genuinely well built. And what those experiences taught me isn't simply be more careful. It's that careful isn't a sufficient defense against something that's been specifically designed to pass a careful inspection.